Welcome to tutorial 13, and if your head's not reeling too much from the last tutorial, I'll be going through the tone rules for words that don't use tone marks. This tone rule stuff is really heavy going, I admit that. And if you've got to the point now where you think it's all getting too much, don't worry. After this, it's all quite plain sailing. I think there's just one vowel that I haven't covered, which is quite straightforward. And I've got to do the remaining consonants. And with the consonants, all I'll be doing is saying this consonant makes this sound as an initial consonant, this sound as a final consonant, and doing a few sample words. I also need to tell you about a few more rules in written Thai. And there are things that I forgot to tell you in previous tutorials. This always happens to me. And unlike a web page, I can't just edit it and then re-upload it. A video is fixed and can't be changed. Right, now if we look at the rules for words that don't use tone marks, you'll see they're quite different. Once again, the initial consonant class is very important, but you know about those already. But instead of looking at tone marks, which we haven't got, we need to look at whether syllables are live or dead, and whether vowels are long or short. So I'll be telling you about that in a minute. And just to remind you that if you go to this website, you'll find lots of learning resources, including all the tone rules. So I would suggest using this website, which is my online tutorials, in conjunction with the video tutorials. Let's start off with syllables and trying to ascertain whether a syllable is live or dead. I don't have my Thai assistant with me at the moment, so unfortunately you have to put up with my bad Thai pronunciation. Here are the rules for live and dead syllables, but the way I do it is to test whether I can continue voicing a syllable or not. If I can, it's live. If I can't, it's dead. And probably the best way to illustrate this is by example. So if I write the Thai word for pig, this uses a long vowel. As I mentioned when I was doing vowels, every Thai vowel has a long and short version. And there's a whole heap that's just there for tone purposes. So it makes the initial consonant high class, but it's actually pronounced with an M sound, and it has a rising tone. So it's mu. If I want to continue voicing that word, I can. Moo. I can do it until my lungs run out of air. If I write another word using the short U vowel, this is a D initial consonant, it makes a D sound, and it means fierce. And if I try to continue voicing this word, I can't. I say do, and then it just stops. So it's a short vowel, so it's dead. And with pig, it was a long vowel, so it was live. So let's give you another couple of examples. I'm going to write the Thai word for monkey. Okay, so this one ends with an NG sound. Ling. And if I try to continue voicing that word, ling, I can. Okay, so it's live. Let's write another word. This is the Thai word for close or closed. Bit with a low tone. And if I try to continue voicing that one, bit, I can't. As soon as I say it, the sound stops and I can't continue anymore. I'm not an expert in phonetics, but I understand this is called a glottal stop. So you say the word, and then the air is obstructed in the throat, in the glottis, and if no more air comes out, there's no more sound. So that's a short explanation of live and dead syllables. Now let's move on to vowel lengths, and here we have lists of the long and short vowels. I think when I was going through vowels in previous tutorials, I mentioned the vowel length for single vowels, but I didn't mention the vowel length for vowel combinations. So they're all here. If it's not clear here, go to the web page I gave you earlier and navigate to the page for tone rules and you'll find everything there. So now we know the 3 pieces of information that are required to work out the tone for words that don't use tone marks. We know the initial consonant class, we know whether the syllable is live or dead, and we know the vowel length. So with those 3 pieces of information we can now work out the tone. So in the usual fashion, what I'll do now, I'll get my assistant to write some sample words. I will give a brief explanation and then I will ask Pom to give the correct Thai pronunciation. Here's the first word, and the tone rules tell us if a word uses one of the short I vowels, it's a live syllable. And the initial consonant is bo pla, which has a sound between a B and a P, and that's a mid-class consonant. So a mid-class consonant and a live syllable tells us it's a mid-tone.
Pai, pai, pai.
And the next word will also use a live syllable. And this one ends with a long R sound. So again, if words end with a long vowel, they're live syllable. And this one uses the Mormar M as an initial consonant, which is low class. So a low class initial consonant and a live syllable is a mid-tone.
Ma, ma, ma.
Now, if Pom just changes the class of the initial consonant by writing a haw heap at the front, we don't actually pronounce that haw heap. All it's there for is tone purposes. So now the tone rule for this word uses a high class initial consonant and it has a live syllable. And that tells us that the word has a rising tone.
Ma, ma, ma.
Next, let's look at a word that uses a dead syllable. So this one here uses the silent consonant, so we don't actually hear anything from that. And above it is the short sound. So this word is just the sound of a vowel. So the class of this character is mid, and this is a short vowel, so it's a dead syllable. This is also a short vowel. So when you go back into the tone rules, you'll see that the tone rule for a mid-class consonant and a dead syllable and a short vowel is lol. This is the formal word for shit, basically. In another tutorial, I told you the informal word ki. This is a bit more polite. And if students want to write signs outside their school to tell dog owners that they don't appreciate their dogs crapping on the grass in front of the school, this is the word they use. So on to the next word. Okay, this one, if you remember, is the Thai word for open. So the Sara A and the Sara I make an sound. The initial consonant is the po bla, which sounds something like the sound between a B and a P. And the final consonant is a dordek, which makes a T sound as a final consonant. So the initial consonant is mid-class. Because the word ends with a T sound, it's a dead syllable. But this is actually a long vowel. So when we go back to the tone rules, a mid-class initial consonant, a dead syllable and a long vowel makes a low tone.
เปิด เปิด เปิด
Okay. On to the next example. So this one, you see the whore heap, but that's not pronounced. That's only there for tone purposes. So that makes the initial consonant high class. The word actually starts, the sound starts with this consonant, which is a morma M, and it has a long E vowel. So the class of the initial consonant is high, and because the word ends with a long vowel, it's a live syllable. So the tone rule is a rising tone.
หมี หมี หมี
I hope you remember that when you see a Sara A and this symbol, it just makes like an E sound in English. The initial consonant is the lorling L, and the final is gorgai, which makes a K sound. So I'll let Pom pronounce that for you.
เล็ก เล็ก เล็ก
That's the Thai word for little. And the lorling initial consonant is low class. We have a short vowel. This is a short vowel. And because the word ends with a K sound, any words end with a P, K or T sound are dead syllables. So we've got low class consonant, a dead syllable and a short vowel, which makes a high tone. And the next word? Right, here we have the morma M initial consonant, then the long R vowel, and gorgai, the final consonant, makes a K sound. So we have a low class initial consonant. It's a long vowel, but the syllable is actually dead because it ends with a K. So the tone rule for a low class initial consonant, a long vowel and a dead syllable is falling.
มาก มาก มาก
So when Pom says that, the energy goes into the first part of the word, then it falls away. So just one more example. Okay, this uses a lorling, an L initial consonant. Then we've got the short vowel above that, and then the final consonant is gorgai, the K sound. So the initial consonant is low class. It's a dead syllable because it ends with a K sound, and this vowel is short. So when we look up the tone rules, that tells us it's a high tone.
ลึก ลึก ลึก
Tones are by far the most difficult aspects of learning the Thai language. They're difficult to learn, they're difficult to pronounce, and they're difficult to teach. It would be great if we could learn tones naturally like Thais do, but we can't. Firstly, it's impractical. And secondly, most of us who learn Thai as a second language do so when we're adults and our brains change. Noam Chomsky theorised about something called a language acquisition device that exists only in the brains of very young children, and this allows us to acquire language naturally. When we're older, we can't do that, and we have to rely on rules. And whenever we try to learn based on rules, it's always very difficult. I found this when I was teaching English to Thai students. Anyway, I hope what I've done in the last 3 tutorials has helped you understand tones a little better. And now you should be able to determine the tone of words with or without tone marks. If something wasn't clear, if you need some more help, let me know in the comments below, and I can do some more videos to try to help you.